steal the remote switch. The remote switch? Yes, the switch that controls the bomb remotely. Duh. What if Detective Arm was the one to arm it? Maybe they were. Probably not. I bet it was him. Or is she... Is that what she's... Is she also a bomb disposal expert? That the two people on the bomb disposal team are called Arm and Detonate? It has been missing ever since the incident. I am partially to blame. I left the bomb and remote on top of the Wow. You're just gonna say that on the stand? You're going to jail. And they were rearmed and stolen while I was talking with the lawyer. The defendant then used the remote from inside the courtroom to start the timer.
Objection!
How can you assert so unequivocally that the bomb was rearmed in the lobby?
Objection!
But someone's losing their job. They better. Well, I guess she did die. That's the same as losing her. Well, no, she died. He didn't die. The bomb was safely secured in the transport case. That's responsible. What are people doing things correctly in a Phoenix Wright game for? The only time it was out... Oh, okay. They went to the lobby and took the bomb out. Good job, guys. The only time it was outside the case was in that lobby. Therefore, that was the one and only opportunity anyone had to meddle with it. Someone other than Mr. Tonate could have opened the case and taken the bomb out. Impossible. The transport case is assigned exclusively to me. Do you see this number here? That is my identification number. L? But if we look at it upside down, and I have the only key that can open the case... Oh no, it said she was a detective. It was a detective arm. Nevertheless, Mr. Payne's assertion is nothing more than conjecture. You have no proof that it was Ms. Woods who stole the remote switch. And by the same token, you have no proof that it wasn't her. But what I do have is a piece of evidence that proves the defendant handled the bomb. Ah! That tail. 5 minutes, 24 seconds, 2.3 deciseconds. Wait, why 2.3 deciseconds? Why not just 23 centiseconds? Gosh. The defense's advantage lasted a mere 5 minutes. Urk! Talk about a rotten hand. As long as they have her fingerprints as their trump card, I'm at a big disadvantage. It appears we will have to hear from the defendant herself once more. You know what I should be periodically saving. Because of computer problems, which do still persist. The computer doesn't spontaneously reboot anymore, which is good. It doesn't freeze anymore, which is good, but Final Fantasy XIV now crashes, like, all the time. So we're still figuring it out. At this point, it might not be a hardware issue anymore. It might actually just be that there's some I don't know, software thing that I need to do differently. I wholeheartedly agree, Your Honor. I would like to recall Ms. Woods to the stand. I trust you have no objections, Mr. Wright. I'm worried about her condition, but we do need her testimony. On the other hand, I'm not sure I want to make Athena mad. That's a useful skill. Maybe you should use that on the bomb guy. Tell us that he's lying. Guess there's no hiding from her, huh? Don't worry, I know we need her testimony. But if anybody picks on her again, they'll pay. Well, she's already at anger level 1. Don't worry, I'll stop the proceedings before I let anything bad happen to her. The defense has no objections, Your Honor. In that case, I will take my leave. But before I do, there is just one more thing. Mr. Wright, is it? Me? Yes? Dismantling bombs is my job. Dismantling the case is yours. Do you think you can handle it? I look forward to seeing you try. Grr! This guy is hiding something. I just know it. Know if you will excuse me. Bailiff, please go out to the lobby and bring back the defendant. Junie. Hi, Athena. She looks even worse off than before. Don't worry, Junie. We're here for you. Thanks, Athena. I'll do my best, too. You blew up the courtroom because you bear resentment against the courts, right? Yes. I mean, no! Damn it. They caught me. No, of course not. What's that you say? I can barely hear you. I haven't done anything wrong. This prosecutor is scary.
Objection!
What an impudent little girl. Stop acting innocent and tell the truth. That's all it takes to be a lawyer. Is to go, you did it, didn't you? No. Tell the truth. This is getting ugly. You rearmed the bomb because you wanted to blow up the courthouse. Admit it! That's why you went to the lobby where Mr. Justice was. Isn't that right? Mr. Wright, can I go give that prosecutor a smack? Yes. Sure. What? Of course not. Do we have to review Courtroom Manners 101 again? We can't let a creep that bullies innocent girls like this get off so easily. Also, you probably should review Courtroom Manners 101 all the time. They're important. I haven't forgotten about how he treated you. Don't worry about me, just help Junie. Her heart's crying out. She's so scared, so very scared. Looks like Athena's picking something up with her heightened sense of hearing. And it sounds like this time it's the voice of Ms. Wood's heart. You know, the thing you can hear. Don't deny it. Man, what am I doing streaming? What am I doing streaming and being a network monitor? Being a lawyer is where it's at. They make lots of money, and all you have to do is just keep saying, yeah, but you did it, didn't you? You did it. Don't deny it.
Objection!
Your Honor, please put a stop to this. Mr. Bain is badgering the defendant. Yes, Ms. Woods does seem quite frightened. Mr. Bain, I ask that you behave more like a gentleman. But don't you know, Your Honor, there is no more a gentleman in this world than I. Ugh, as if a gentleman or even a gentleman would behave as he does. Don't let that rude ruffian win. Athena! How dare you call a gentleman such as I a rude ruffian? I'll have you know I attend a manners class every Saturday. They teach me how to call people red monkeys and yellow monkeys. I'm more than just a mere gentleman, I'm a genteel man. Not when you're terrorizing a young lady, you're not. I'd demand my money back from that manners class if I were you. Urk! I should probably be the adult here and stop the two of them, but... Mr. Payne, that will be enough. Certainly, Your Honor. No further questions. Let's move on to the defendant's testimony. Ms. Woods, please share with the court why you armed the bomb. What you were doing when the bomb went off. Well, that day, I was watching from the gallery. The bomb went off, and rubble started falling. It fell on top of me. Junie's clearly in pain, being forced to recall the bombing like this. She can't even get her words out. Hey, Kaleidao! How's it going? We're still on the intro case 1, and probably that's all we'll have time to do today. This isn't going to work. So what now? Hey, wait a minute. Even if she can't vocalize what she wants to say, we can listen to what's inside her heart. Yes, now is the perfect time to use Athena's power. You can hear it, can't you, Athena? The cries of Ms. Wood's heart? Yes, and they sound incredibly strained. She's so scared. I think she could collapse at any second. It's a good thing she's in a courtroom. That's the place to be, not a hospital. Athena has a unique ability, you see. With her finely tuned sense of hearing, she can hear the words of a witness's heart. In essence, she can sense how a person is really feeling from the tone of their voice. Guess it's all up to Athena and her special ability now. Athena, I want you to use the analytical psychology you studied and listen to the testimony of Ms. Wood's heart. Okay, boss, I'll give it a go. After all, this is the whole reason I put all that effort into studying analytical psychology. Do they have that exchange every time? Does he not just say, do they not just have a code word that's like, you know, you use your FPMX. It's like, okay, I want you to use your analytical psychology that you studied. No problem. That's the reason that I studied analytical psychology. Oh. Wait, does she not slip back into Spanish? Does she slip into whatever language she wants? Is she that worldly? All languages are her native language. Auf geht's! Let's do this. So your allow me to ask you about this thing that I already know that you can do. So your holographic thingamabob can show us how Ms. Woods is feeling, right? In a nutshell, yes. The emotions and images that I picked up on just now while listening to her testimony, I can enter all of that into Widget and use the mood matrix to analyze them. These mood markers here reflect fluctuations in Junie's emotions. When she feels happy or is enjoying the memory, the happy marker will light up. When she feels angry or frustrated, the angry marker will react. When she feels sadness or is frightened by a memory, the sad marker will blink. And when she feels surprised or confused, the surprise marker will let us know. So, with your special ability and Widget's Mood Matrix program, we can track how Ms. Woods is feeling as she testifies. Talk about the wonders of technology. Yep, now let's give it a shot. I'm picking up on some kind of discord or noise in Junie's heart. See here, this is what noise looks like in the Mood Matrix. It's a result of inconsistencies between her testimony and her feelings. If we can pinpoint these inconsistencies, the noise level should drop. Okay, it's time to listen to Ms. Wood's true testimony. Well, that day, cough. I was watching from the gallery, cough, cough. The bomb went off. Oh, I don't have to click it. And rubble started falling. It fell on top of me and I was happy? What? I think I have a good grasp on Junie's emotional state now. This power of Athena's is incredible, and I'm seeing an unexpected emotion that's inconsistent with the content of her testimony. What? Already? Look at this. When she says it fell on top of me, the happy marker is reacting. That's just what she's into. Don't kink shame. Well, look at that. That is odd. There must be a reason for this contradictory emotion. We just need to do some digging. When you find an unexpected emotion, tap the unexpected motion from the 4 mood markers. It's this one.
Got it!
Got it! Why is he yelling got it? He doesn't have the mood matrix in front of him. Widget is registering joy when Ms. Woods recalls the rubble falling on her. There must be a reason for this unexpected emotion. Ms. Woods, as the rubble was falling, was there also something that made you feel happy? He couldn't have found a better way to put that. Okay, sure. What? Mr. Wright, the feeling of happiness is spreading throughout Junie's heart. Keep going on this point, and I bet Junie will start to calm down. Great, let's hear what she has to say. He's just encouraging her to look on the bright side of things. Was there anything that made you feel happy? Just as I was about to escape the courtroom, the bomb went off. I was so startled, I tripped. And then rubble started falling on top of me. It was the best. I really thought I was done for. But... Did you just bring... You just brought them up there with you? Wait, yarn isn't nature. I thought you were like a nature lady. Oh, Apollo came and rescued me. Apollo? He used his own body to shield me from the rubble. So that's when he sustained those injuries. How do you feel, Junie? Did talking about Apollo give you some courage? Does she raise alpacas and spin her own yarn? Perhaps. Are they red alpacas? Apollo is just like the sun, strong and bright and warm. Just talking about him makes me feel like a leaf undergoing photosynthesis. And see? Your coughing stopped all of a sudden. I guess you were faking it. You're right. Thank you, Thena. Looks like we were able to draw out some new testimony. Hee. Pretty neat, huh? But there's still some noise left, meaning there must be some discord in Junie's heart. I guess we'll have to keep going then. Let me input this new information and update the mood matrix, and we'll be good to go. You remember what to do, right? When I find an unexpected emotion, I should touch pinpoint? That's right, and then you tap the unexpected emotion from the mood markers. If we can find the reason for the discord in her heart... she was happy when the bomb went off. Lock her up. Case closed. Then we should be able to draw even more new testimony out. Okay. I tried to run, but I was too slow. Before I could get away, the bomb went off. I was so startled, I tripped. Then rubble started falling on me. I thought I was done for. But then Apollo came and rescued me. You were happy when Mr. Justice rescued you, weren't you? We needed a computer to figure that out. And 17 years of analytical psychology training. Yes, I was really happy. But was there also something you felt sad about at the same time? Everex, hello! Sad? The reason I ask is, when you were describing how you were rescued, we sensed a little sadness. Don't play your hand, Phoenix. Don't tell people that you have this miraculous technology. Come on. Oh! I think it's probably because of Bumrap Riney. Bumrap Riney? Well, what do you know? Something new. That's right. I brought my stuffed animal Bumrap Riney to watch the trial with me. Bumrap Riney and Phony Fancy are brothers. Who knew that the legal world can inspire a whole line of merchandise? I had Bumrap Riney with me while I was watching the trial. But it wasn't until Apollo saved me that I realized I'd lost him as I was running away. My poor Riney, a victim of that terrible bomb. Oh, I know. You can see what he looks like in this poster. It's for the campaign to eradicate fake evidence and false charges. Phony Fancy and Bumrap Riney, huh? Nothing against the campaign, but why an elephant and a rhinoceros? Mr. Wright, I don't sense any discord in Junie's heart anymore. As we all know, you can't find contradictions in people's statements if their heart is in discord. So I guess that means we managed to draw out all of her testimony. That's right. I'll just make an update with the new info and we'll have the whole picture. So what do you think do you think her new testimony will help? Absolutely. I don't know what I would have done without you, Athena. So, Bumrap Riney was in that courtroom when the bomb went off. Now that we know that, it changes the meaning of that other piece of evidence. You know, that other piece. All I have to do is present it at the right statement. I was watching the guy with Bumrap Riney was too slow. Before I could get out of the courtroom, the bomb went off. I was so startled I tripped and rubber started falling. I thought I was done for. Falcon rescued me. So I think they want me to present the... Like, I'm not contradicting her with this, though. Because that's the deal, right? Does the rhinoceros also have a tail? That's Junie's complete testimony. Not bad, huh, Mr. Wright? You should focus on the new statements Ms. Wood made. The existence... we can see in the poster that he has a tail. Changes the meaning of a certain piece of evidence we already have. Okay. Okay. So... yeah, it became so high-tech. Compared to the old days when we did stuff with just ghosts. How primitive. So it's weird. Usually, the way that this works is that when you present a piece of evidence, you're saying, objection, your statement is false, and this evidence proves it. Here, we're kind of doing it the other way around. It seems like we're saying, objection, you were holding Bumrap Riney, that makes this piece of evidence incorrect. Or, you know, whatever. Unless, can I flip through these again? I like that these are animated, too. That's nice. Okay, Apollo came and rescued me. Yeah, I guess we're just gonna present the tale.
Objection!
And it was correct. Okay. Then that's just a weird thing. I'll have to be on the lookout for that, because that is a change from the way that this is supposed to work. And, like, out of most of the Phoenix Wright cases, across all, like, 4 of the games that come before this that I've played, the trilogy and Apollo Justice, usually, if there was a question that was really hard, it was because they weren't asking you to contradict. It was because they were doing something weird. Like going, oh, you just need to... They're saying this, and this is your chance to present this evidence and talk about it. Oh yeah, if EverX missed the RoboCop bomb detonation guy. Ms. Woods, I know this trial has been very hard for you, but you can relax now. You are, without a doubt, innocent. Mr. Wright, what wild assertion are you making now? My wild assertion is simply this. The 2 stuffed animals were mixed up. The tail the defendant's fingerprints were found on, wasn't that a phony fanty? It was the tail of... It's high energy. It was the tail of her gallery companion, Bumrap Riney. What? What nonsense is that? I concede they're both stuffed animals, yes, but they're completely different characters. An elephant and a rhino. They're as distinct as a defense lawyer and a prosecutor. But are they really so different? Both defense lawyers and prosecutors strive to protect the peace through law. Even elephants and rhinos have some similar characteristics. They're both gray, for example. Anyway, this poster is all I need to prove my assertion to be true. If I may direct the court's attention here, you'll clearly see how the two got mixed up. Bwah! Oh, I have to click up here. Bwah! Whoa! Would you look at that? The two tails are exactly the same. Yes, exactly. The two stuffed animals are based on entirely different animals, but the design of their tails is exactly the same. Order! Order in the court. As long as the possibility exists that the tail belongs to Bumrap Riney, we can no longer consider it to be decisive proof that the defendant handled the bomb. As things stand, I consider the charges against the accused unsubstantiated. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Payne? Oh, yes, of course, Your Honor. Oh, that was great, Mr. Wright. You turned things right around. You gakked. That's what it is. It's not Kurikaisu in this. It's Gakten. Yeah, it's not over yet, but at least we managed to hold out this long. I believe that brings our proceedings for today to a close. Mr. Payne, I'm afraid you have some serious investigating ahead of you. Yes, Your Honor. Very well. Let us reconvene tomorrow. And then the bomb disposal guy says, nope, oops, actually, I need you to convict me for murder today. What? Get back here, bomb disposal guy. Make me convicted. It's case 1. We're supposed to finish it up right here and now. Come on. Come on. That was so exciting, boss. We did it. Yeah, kurikaisu is what you do to a chessboard, not a case. True to form, you managed to just barely pull it off at the last moment. True to form? Gee, I never knew you had such a glowing opinion of me. Thank you for everything. Thank you for everything you're doing. You did great, Ms. Woods. You really stuck it out. And you got really brave at the end, just when we needed you most, Junie. Thanks to you, we were able to Gyakten. Well, you were the one who gave me that courage, Thena. Really? Haha, thanks. So be honest, was I really any help at all? Of course. Without you, we would have never gotten out of that tight spot. That's good to hear. I may still have a lot to learn, but you can bet I'm going to give it my all. No, don't punch your technology! I'll be so good that one day you'll call me your partner. That's what I like to hear. Analytical psychology, the ability to solve the riddles of a person's heart. Athena's true potential is beginning to really shine through now. Hey, where's Apollo anyway? Good question. I almost forgot about him. Is Maya dead? We don't know. She's probably on trial for murder, let's be honest. I assumed he'd still be here in the lobby. Oh, I know. Maybe he's still in courtroom number 4. Oh, wait. This takes place... If this takes place after Apollo Justice, then it's like... If we do meet her, she's gonna be older. She's gonna be... It's like 8 or 10 years after the third game, Justice for All, Trials and Tribulations, one of those. Courtroom number 4. What would he be doing at the scene of the explosion? When I came out of the lobby to rest, I told Apollo about Bumrap Riney. I told him I dropped Riney in the courtroom as I was trying to escape the blast. And then Apollo said he had an idea where Riney might be, so we went to take a look together. Huh. I guess Apollo can be pretty nice when he wants to be. So you went looking for Riney together before you were called back into courtroom number 5? Yes. I'd had some time to rest, so I was able to go and look for him. But then they called me into courtroom number 5 to testify. Apollo insisted on staying there, though. With all those injuries, I wonder how he's managing. I think Apollo might have figured something out. Wonder what it was. He told me, I'm going to look for evidence to clear your name, Juniper. Just maybe he found some new piece of evidence? Anyway, we better go get him. Good idea.
Where are you, Apollo?
Anime
Show's
time.
over for today. Come on, I know you're. No.
He ain't dead. Stop screaming. Oh, wait. So we didn't even... Curious. Huh. Has there ever been a first trial that had more than one day? Yeah, maybe they should have sent the guy with open wounds back to the hospital. Was he ever in the hospital in the first place, is the question. Everything is so fast, they're just like, okay, bomb went off. 2 minutes later, they're like, here's a Band-Aid. Here's the murderer. We're going to start the trial right now. The smoke hasn't even settled. Rubble is still falling from the roof. And they're like, court is in session. Guilty. This isn't exactly how I envisioned the second day of this trial to start. Man, too much yawning. But given how things ended yesterday... Good morning. Dots. More dots. More dots. Okay, the mood sure is tense. Stop dots. Not that that's any surprise. More dots! DPS slowly. Okay. Oh, hey, did you read the paper this morning, boss? Huh? The paper? That came out of left field. You didn't read it? Then you don't know the big news. Somebody spotted an abominable snowman way up in the mountains. Tell me you know the difference between a paper and a tabloid, Athena. It might show up in the forest where you live, Junie. So you better watch out, okay? You really should read the story for yourself. I couldn't even begin to do it justice. Justice? Huh? Oh, poor Apollo. And it's all my fault. Athena! Oh, Junie, what was I thinking? I'm so sorry. What we found yesterday. Oh, Oh, is it? Let me... Can I? Yes. Here we go. Music down. Thank you. What we found yesterday was not Apollo's dead body, thank goodness. He'd been assaulted by somebody with a blow to the head and was lying unconscious. You don't know that. Maybe he fell. Maybe he fell. Well, he was lying unconscious, so he can tell us. He would have seen what happened to him. We rushed him to the hospital right away, and it looks like he's going to pull through. In fact, he'll be here in court again today. Despite being mortally wounded 2 days in a row, they still just kick you out of the hospital instantly. But it was still quite a shock to stumble onto a scene like that. Is Miss Woods all right, Athena? Well, I managed to get her to stop crying. Now she's resting on that sofa over there. I guess she really feels responsible for what happened to Apollo, does she? Poor Junie. She believes that the reason Apollo was attacked is because he was helping her look for something in that courtroom. Oh? Guess I can see why she'd think that. By the way, how are you doing? Who, me? Yeah, you. I know you're concerned about Ms. Woods, but are you all right? Me? I'm doing just fine, boss. I mean, yeah, it was a huge shock, but don't punch your technology. We've been over this. It'll break. But I'm all right. People who have studied analytical psychology are great at times like these. Oops. After all, you haven't. They've learned how to control their emotions, too. Somehow. I don't think it's as easy as she makes it sound. But there's no denying she's a real trooper. Apollo doesn't remember a thing. Why not? He can't recall anything. He's faking. He can't recall anything from the time right before he was assaulted. Nothing about what he was doing in courtroom number 4 or who assaulted him. However, he did take several photographs while unconscious. The doctor said it's probably due to that hit he took to the head. Assaulted in a court of law and losing your memory at that. I know how that feels. Oh, that's how game 2 or 3? Either 2 or 3 opens with Phoenix Wright getting clubbed over the head and losing his memories and needing somebody to teach him how to be a lawyer again. But who in the world would do such a thing, huh, Mr. Wright? Grr! Just wait till I get my hands on the coward who hurt our Apollo. Now, Athena. I thought you said you were in control of your emotions. Let's just focus on helping Ms. Woods, okay? But I admit I'm just as upset as you. Okay, boss. You're right. Apollo's assailant can wait until after we clear Junie's name. That's the spirit. Now, let's see. Better check the court record one more time before the trial starts? No. If memory serves, when I have more than 6 pieces of evidence, I should be able to switch pages with this panel. Earth to Mr. Wright, I'm ready whenever you are. Alright, let's get ready to rumble. You bet. With everything that happened with Apollo, I didn't have time for a proper investigation. I can't let that stop me, though. I have to get this right, for Ms. Wood's sake, and Apollo's, too. Decemberween Eve, 9:50 a.m. Day 2, court is now in session. All rise. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Juniper Woods. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is also ready, Your Honor. Now then, I believe I instructed the prosecution to further their investigation. Were you able to locate the remote switch in question? I'm afraid the remote switch is still missing, Your Honor. I must say I'm disappointed, Mr. Payne. Not angry, just disappointed. I apologize, Your Honor. Aha! Looks like the prosecution is just as unprepared as I am. There is a separate matter, however, that I would like to bring up during this trial. A separate matter, you say? And what might that be? I assume you are aware that another incident occurred during yesterday's trial? Yes, the abominable snowman. I read all about it in the paper. I'm speaking, of course, of the assault on Mr. Justice in the ruins of Courtroom 4. Uh-oh. Why is he bringing that up? Yes, what a truly harrowing experience it must have been. Poor Mr. Justice. At the time of the attack, Mr. Justice was not alone. He was with the defendant, Ms. Juniper Woods. He isn't going where I think he's going with this, is he? The prosecution wishes to indict Ms. Woods on the charge of Mr. Justice's assault. Order! Order in the court! Mr. Payne, the incident under deliberation here is the courtroom bombing. The assault on Mr. Justice has nothing to do with this trial. But I believe there is a connection between this case and Mr. Justice's assault. Please take a moment to consider these facts. Both occurred in courtroom number 4. This is the location of courtroom number 4 where the unconscious Mr. Justice was discovered. As you can see, it's quite close to where Detective Arm's body was found. Okay. The question is, why did the culprit feel the need to maliciously attack Mr. Justice? Why? Why indeed? What do you believe their motive to be, Mr. Payne? I believe Mr. Justice found something in that courtroom while Ms. Woods was with him. Evidence that fingered her as the perpetrator of the bombing. You mean he found some incriminating evidence? Precisely, and so I surmise that the defendant picked up a piece of rubble and hit Mr. Justice on the back of the head in order to silence him.
Objection!
I'll check it later. Is it another German joke? I'm good at those. Junie would never do such a thing. She was devastated when we found Apollo hurt like that. Ms. Sykes, please control your outburst. It is the prosecution's belief that by deliberating on Mr. Justice's assault, we will drive her closer to the truth of the courtroom bombing itself. Very well. Ms. Woods is hereby officially indicted on the charge of assaulting Mr. Justice. That's all you need. Wow. Why am I not surprised? Let's do it. Why are you listening to Mr. Toupee over there? Although, considering our conversation yesterday, I think Apollo might have figured something out. Wonder what it was. He told me, I'm going to look for evidence to clear your name, Juniper. Maybe the two indictments really are related after all. Yes. I would like to start by hearing from the defendant herself. Very well. Bailiff, please bring Ms. Woods to the witness stand. Oh, really? I was watching, I finished watching my playthrough of the third Deponia game, and there's the bit in there where, like, I remember being like, is this intentional or is this accidental? That the only black character in the entire game wound up having to dress up as a monkey and dance. I'm sorry, I can't seem to stop. Ms. Woods. Guess she's still really upset about Apollo. Yeah. In Deponia, I think it was obvious. Because that was the one... In the third game, he doesn't actually hurt any animals like he does in the first two. And so they went super overboard. There's the children that he gets them eaten. Doesn't he, like, drop a baby off of a building or something? Like, he really goes overboard in everything else other than animal abuse. Ms. Woods, you went to the ruins of courtroom number 4 with Mr. Justice, did you not? Yes, I did. Good. If you would, then, please testify about what happened to the court. During the trial yesterday, I was overcome by a fit of coughing. Apollo stayed with me, and we went to the courtroom ruins together. But then I was called back to this courtroom to give testimony. Apollo insisted on staying behind in courtroom number 4. I swear I didn't attack Apollo. Why would I ever hurt such a kind person? Are we really going to find a contradiction in there? So Mr. Justice stayed by your side while you were feeling unwell? What an admirable young man. I thought his loud voice was his only outstanding feature. He may look like a little imp at times, but Apollo can be really nice, too. I hope she didn't hurt her wrist what? I hope she didn't hurt her wrist backhanding that... Oh, because it's like a backhanded compliment. Okay, I see. But one has to wonder, why did Mr. Justice stay behind in the ruins? I think Apollo might have figured something out. Something? What kind of something? Something to do with the courtroom bombing kind of something, I think. Oh-ho! New evidence for the case, was it? That's a very big kind of something indeed. Rabble, 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 rabble. I believe so. He mentioned looking for some evidence when I was called away.
Objection!
Just as I thought. There is a connection between the two incidents, but the defendant has told a very big lie, Your Honor. What lie is that? When she learned Mr. Justice would be looking for evidence, she attacked him. She attacked him to give herself the chance to destroy that evidence. No, I never...
Objection!
Ms. Woods repaid Mr. Justice's kindness with violence. We found the proof. Again. We found the proof of her foul deed there in the courtroom ruins. What on earth? Do you see it? I don't see it. There, in front of Mr. Justice's right hand, it says swood, because this is Japanifornia. Everyone says swood. Couldn't stop me saying swood. Witness the message he left us. A whole Wikipedia entry on the guy, his company, and the logo controversy. Huh. It's written in blood. W-O-O-D-S? Why, isn't that? And Judge put it together before I did. That's right, Your Honor. It says Woods in capital letters. What? I submit that Mr. Justice left us with the name of his attacker before he fainted. Okay, so we wait until he wakes up. Instead of convicting someone for murder and executing them on the spot. Like, what if I get a game over here? What if I was like, wrong evidence? And they're like, okay, that proves it. She's guilty, she goes to jail, they execute her. 30 minutes later, he wakes up in the hospital and is like, I didn't write the name Woods. He just wakes up and spontaneously says that. No, that can't be true. Why would Apollo write my name? Mr. Wright, the nerve of him leaving that message. Why would he do this? Hey, don't take it out on me. I don't understand it any more than you do. Juke boxing. Hair padding does intensify. He's gonna lose that toupee by the end, though. He's going to lose every... Oh, no, wait. What was the one... Is it the flashback? With... When you're... From the third game, when you play as Mia, that you see him with his real hair, and then he gets defeated so badly in court that it flies off and he becomes bald? Or is that the first game? Does he have his hair in the first game? I actually don't remember. Objection, overruled, objectified. Okay, this is a flashback. We've already seen this. We didn't even have a chance to rush over to him. Why not? What are you talking about? As soon as security heard Athena's scream, they ran in and cordoned off the area. Which it should have been already. It was hazardous. Anyway, after that, they were there in courtroom number 4 with Apollo the whole time. We couldn't investigate anything ourselves and had to leave everything to the police. Still, I never thought they would find some bloody writing there. Now then, please begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Can the compute... I am sitting here, like, hopeful that nothing crazy happens. I was going to reinstall Windows this morning, but instead I deleted Final Fantasy and reinstalled it on the D drive, which is just my regular hard drive, not the solid state. And we'll see if somehow if that's the problem. If they're like... I don't know what else to do. It's past the point, too, where I'm like... On the one hand, I'm like, maybe I should just... If I buy completely new... Right, that's part of what I want to do, is just go, okay, get rid of this, start from scratch, build a whole new computer. But I'm almost done building a whole new computer. There's almost nothing left to replace. There's just the CPU, both hard drives, and the case, and the RAM. I'm pretty sure it's not the RAM, because I did an 8-hour-long RAM test, and that came up with no errors. I don't think they accidentally made the case out of magnets. I can't think of anything else that I can do. Like, I guess it's going to come down to replacing the processor. If it's not... The other possibility I was saying is that maybe it really is not a hardware problem anymore. Now that we've stopped the computer from completely freezing and we've stopped it from spontaneously rebooting, maybe any problems now are actual software problems, and it's that I have something installed that is screwing around. Proper OS, but I don't think there are any proper OSs that run Final Fantasy XIV, unless I'm mistaken. During the trial yesterday... Oh, we already read all of her stuff. What do we want to press on? What do we think she's going to, What do we think we're going to contradict? That he's a kind person? So you think Mr. Justice is kind? Yes, very kind. He rescued me. He's like the sun, strong and warm. He makes me feel strong, too. The only adjectives I associate with the sun are sweltering and oppressive. But then Apollo got hurt, and it's all my fault. Junie, Apollo's going to be fine. He's just like the sun, right? Well, the sun doesn't just drop out of the sky. Actually, it does every single day. You really think he'll be fine? But the sun does go down at night. Then that means Apollo could... Mr. Payne, I do not think much of men who make young ladies cry. Gag! Look, it's obvious Junie didn't attack Apollo. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Right, I agree. They must have gone to look for Bumrap Rainy together. But why did they need to find it so badly that they'd go to all that trouble? I better try to find out more. Alright, this is probably something where I just have to press on everything. Defend Yoshi P? If I was having sound problems, then yes. I could have Yoshi P come over and he could have the sound guy spend 13 hours trying to fix the computer sound. Do you always cough when you get nervous, Ms. Woods? Yes. Mr. Wright, please do not make Ms. Woods nervous by pressing her so ruthlessly. That barely even qualifies as a quasi-question. Let's help her relax with a little small talk before we dive into the cross-examination. You know, ask her about her hobbies and crushes and stuff. Her crushes? Really? I don't know about this.
Hold it!
Why exactly did you go to the courtroom ruins? We went to look for my medicine. What? Why don't you just keep the medicine inside the flower that you're always huffing? Your medicine? Why would your medicine be in courtroom number 4? I dropped it in the heat of the moment. Bumrap Rainy, he was keeping my medicine safe for me. He has a little compartment that I can put things in, like a bomb. And Phony Fanty has the same type of pocket. That's where the bomb was inserted. I had put my medicine for my coughing fits inside Bumrap Rainy. When I told Apollo about it, he said he'd help me go look for him. There was so much rubble in there. I was worried, but... Wait, there was no rubble or anything in front of the witness stand. Is that a clue? That's totally a clue. So when we got inside, Apollo went straight there and started looking for my Rainy in that area. It was so nice of him to do that for me, in spite of all his injuries. Apollo was so strong and kind, just like the trees of the forest. I thought he was strong like the sun. The way she makes him sound, you'd think Apollo was some kind of ancient god. Oh, wait. So, that's why you went to the ruins. I see. That seems to be quite an important fact. Please add it to your testimony, Ms. Woods. A poster looking for one rubber near the witness stand where there was no rubble. Present! Presentation!
Objection!
So he started his search with a witness stand, you say? That's right. I guess maybe he wanted to start from the furthest point in the room. He was being so brave and strong. But that's odd. Under the circumstances, he shouldn't have been capable of that. But he was, and still is. He might not look like it, but he really is brave, and kind too. Like the sun. Brave like the sun. No, that's not the part I'm finding fault with. Someone has a crush on Apollo. What you are claiming is something that no one should have been able to do. But I should think that anyone can be brave and kind if they wanted to, Mr. Wright. True. Anyone can be brave and kind, but if you would please look at this diagram. With the courtroom in this state, how was it possible to walk up to the witness stand? Oh. I see your point. The rubble blocks off the access to the area around the witness stand. Does such a tiny inconsistency even matter? Perhaps the witness is simply misremembering it. This is a Phoenix Wright game, after all. Irk! Great, now I'm not so sure it matters. A real man doesn't make mountains out of molehills, you know. But that's precisely what Mr. Wright does best. I call slander, Your Honor. So, was it really impossible to approach the witness stand? I have to say, it's a bit hard to tell with any accuracy from just this diagram. Mr. Payne, do you have any other photos of the crime scene? Let me see, Your Honor. Yes. I have one more. Oh, we're gonna look at that. That's the, what do you call it? 1.5R. Yep. Here it is. It's a more pulled back version of the photo I presented before. What's that hunk of metal on wheels? Mr. Payne, is the metallic object in that photo Mr. Tonade's bomb transport case? That's right. Is there some problem? Yes. The transport case was there in courtroom number 4 when the bomb went off. It must have been there ever since. Oh, that's it. Ms. Woods, have you remembered something? Wait, the letter is missing after S. What? A letter.